welcome back students. Welcome back students. In this practical tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate you how we can assign different types of variables in R. Let's start with numerical variable. For this, we have just to assign a decimal value to a variable num, and its type will be numerical because we have here decimal numbers. So if I just call num, I can see the value, and if I type in class num, the class will be numeric. Integers. Well, for integers, in order to assign integer to a variable, we have to specify to R specifically that it is integer. For example, if we write integer is 33 and then call it in console and look at the class of this variable, we will see that variable is still numeric. But in order to specify that it is integer value, we have to either assign L at the end of the variable, and then the class will be integer, and you see when we call integer variable that will be 50, but the class is now not numerical but integer. Or we can use the function as integer. The result will be absolutely the same. The type of our variable will be integer. Or here is another example where we have integer value variable which has a decimal numbers, but since we have assigned it as integer using a function as integer, the output is a value that is a factor value that is integer. Logical function, yeah. So we have talked about it already, that we can assign variables to the numbers and then use different logical operations. For example, here we assign variable x value of 100, variable y value of 200, and to that we assign a logical operation x is more than y, and when we call that, it is false because, well, x is not more than y, 100 is not more than 200. But when we look at the class of the variable z, we can see that the variable is logical. So basically, to be clear, the assignment of the variables type RStudio in R is done automatically. So, but the only exception is integer. So when we need to assign an integer as a variable type, then we have to specify this either with a function as integer or by writing letter L at the end of the value of the number. We also have characters, those are strings. So in this example, we assign to variable character R, and when I check the class of this variable, you can see that it is character. And we can also assign it as character using a function with a, we can also assign variable, a character variable using a function as character. This is similar as with integers. So in this case, even though we have a number in the brackets, the class of this variable will be character. Yeah. There are also many functions that are available to work on character objects, and an example of this of some of this function could be paste, copy, and paste basically a function. And I'll show you how to, for example, how we can use paste function. And in our example, we have two variables Angela, and the second is variable last, which is Merkel, Angela Merkel. And with a function paste first last, we basically create a name Angela Merkel. The result will be Angela Merkel. But I can also reverse the order and then I can reverse the order, and for this I need to, there is a typo. So first we last and then first. Yes, and when I reverse the order, you can see that the result will be Merkel Angela. There are also factors in R, and factors could be quite useful for different type of operations and to describing the phenomena. So in this example, we have a weather variable, which is a factor. This we assign this, a factor is assigned by the function factor. And we have several factors: rainy, sunny weather, and then sunny and rainy. I clean the console and do it again, which is easier. And then if we call a variable weather, we can see that the weather could be rainy, sunny, and rainy. And there are two levels, rainy and sunny level. R will assign but basically for R, it store integer level that corresponds to different type of the factors. And for this, how R order these factors is based on the alphabet. So if I use function strweather and run it, we can see that we have two factors, levels, rainy and sunny. So those in the brackets, those descriptive part of the weather are basically called levels. And corresponding level to rainy is 2 and to the sunny is 1, and this based on the alphabet order. So because first we have first the letter R is located in the alphabet, and this followed by S. But sometimes it is important to maintain the order of the factors. For example, when we deals with the levels of the floods, or when we need it for our to create a beautiful legend for the map. And how we do it? We do it to by writing specifying argument ordered as true. So here in this piece of code, you can see that we assign a variable flood level, which is a factor variable, and we have different levels of the factor: low, high, medium, high, low, medium. We have basically three levels: low, medium, and high, and we specify that the order is true. Let's execute it. And let's call minimum flood level, which is low, yeah? And when we call maximum flood level, this will be high. Let me just, in terms of the demonstration purposes, write this false, and we can see how the results will change. You see, it is non-meaningful because the order is not basically is not maintained. So therefore, it is sometimes important to maintain the order of the factors.